Okay, good evening Spartans. Welcome to lockdown session number 26. The weather has turned out a lot better than it did last week for all the guys that are off playing touch tonight. We are going to get going. We may have Ali and AJ join us again this week, maybe not, who knows. But we can get going with what we're going to do. So we're going to start off with, as always, a little bit of warm-up and then a little bit of mobility and stability work, and then we'll look into our high intensity circuit then straight after that. So what we're going to start off with is 2 minutes where we're going to go through 3 different variations on a walkout. So the first walkout, you're going to do it with both feet on the floor. The second walkout, you're going to do it with your right foot on the floor, and the third one, you're going to do it with your left foot on the floor. And then I just want you to cycle through those 3. So both feet, right foot, left foot, both feet, right foot, left foot, all the way through. Okay, so that timer starts now. So it's 2 minutes. Again, these walkouts should look: walk out into that press up position, back up onto your feet, really pushing the hips up into the air. Second rep, right foot stays on the floor, left foot doesn't, so left foot comes up into the air and then back up onto your feet. Again, pushing the hips up into the air as you go. Third rep is again that one foot in the air and one foot on the floor. Once you've done all 3, start again. So we're walking through. Now you can use this time, you can be really time efficient with this, so you can start to warm up the wrists. So the first couple of ones I warmed up, hands just pointing forward. This next couple of ones I'm going to go on my knuckles. I've got a pad, which makes it a bit easier obviously. And you can do things like moving your hands in different directions, have them pointing in different directions, and that'll help you warm up the wrists, because we do have a little bit of upper body work through today. And again, I'm going to done another round, so I'm going to change that again and point my hands different direction. So again, both feet, then right foot, and then left foot. So working my way through. Got another 25 seconds. So again, cycle through that, play with the different body positions. If you can't keep your leg completely straight as you do it, don't worry. Just keep it as straight as you can. So obviously if you can't walk right up, just keep it as straight as you can through that work. Okay. There's 2 minutes gone, so we're going to go straight into the next one. Okay, the next one, guys, is just going to be a little bit of rotation through the spine. And what we're going to do is come down onto all 4s. And all I want you to do is you're going to reach underneath, and you're going to try and drop your shoulder and the side of your head to the floor. So it's from all 4s, drop one shoulder on the side of your head to the floor, and the same thing on the opposite side. Just alternating between those 2. Say hello to my wife as she walks past. And again, it's just that rotation through. We're going to go with that for just a minute. Okay, so off we go, 1 minute. Just that rotation. Get that little bit of a twist. Gentle twist. Don't worry, if you can't reach all the way through, you can't get your shoulder down, or you can't get your side of the head to the floor, that's fine. Just get as much rotation as you're comfortable with. If you want to make it a little bit more advanced, then you can start to look at opening up on the other side. So you can look at shoulder and head down, and then up, rotate the opposite direction, and go for 5 in a row. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or you can swap side and keep alternating sides with that one. That's the easiest way to do it. We're coming into third and final part of our warm-up. Throwing in quite a lot is getting up and down off the floor. So 1 minute, 1 minute into a set of get-ups. So lie down onto your back, and from there come back up onto your feet. Okay, if you need to use your hands, go for it. If not, great, just makes it more of a challenge. There are several different ways to get up and down. Just challenging yourself, moving yourself up and down off the floor is one of the more challenging exercises you can do. Okay, So it's like a low impact version of a burpee, where you have to get your entire body weight down, your entire body weight back off the floor again. That should get the heart rate up nicely. So we're 30 seconds in already, 30 seconds left to go. I'm keeping my breath because I've got to demo quite a few of these exercises now. But like I say, we're going into stability next. Now stability, the work we do there, we don't do it constantly. So we're not looking to like make it like a circuit. It's not about getting you out of breath. It's about working on that balance, that mobility, that stability as we go through. Okay, guys, time there. Grab yourselves a drink if you need it. I do. Get myself surprisingly out of breath there. So what we're going to look at is that single leg stability. We've done this loads. We're just doing it a little bit more. So we're going to try and take it to the next step if you can. So we're going to go for knee drive, so knee up into the air. Then it's into that single leg deadlift, which we've done. So you lean forward, stretching that other foot out behind, and then back up. I want you to go for just 5 reps per side. Yeah, just try and make it quite dynamic. Slow enough that you can control it through the movement, but fast enough that you can feel your hamstring having to work. And again, once you've done one side, go straight into the other. Make sure the surface that you do it on, it's not like this mat and doesn't slip. But I suspect being on my socks on the laminate floor would make it even worse. So again, quite dynamic. If you want to make it even more challenging, when you drive the knee, try and rise up onto your toes on the standing foot. So it becomes knee drive, step back as you drive in onto the toes. Ooh, so it challenges the balance a little bit more. Out back, knee comes up onto the toes. Out back, knee comes up onto the toes. And again, 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, what am I saying? 5 reps per side. Keep alternating between the two. We're about 1.5 minutes into that one. We're going to go for 2.5 minutes, so we've got another full minute to play around with it. Again, if you've tried a couple of those up onto the toes and you just find that you're all over the place, you're falling right, you're falling left, doesn't matter, okay? Doesn't matter, okay? Make it safe. If you do wobble, that's not a bad thing. That's how your body learns, okay? You have those bits of failure. I'm sure you guys, like me, like anybody who's played any sport, have sometimes had a drill where you can do things absolutely perfectly again and again and again, but suddenly you do it in a game and you're dropping balls, you're knocking on, you're missing tackles. Those kinds of things happen, but those are the things that actually make you improve as a player. So if you're able to do things absolutely perfectly in training, you need to make training harder. So you need to get to that point where you are failing, because failing is where your body makes its improvements. Okay, coming to the end of that one. So from there again, we're going to work a little bit on stability. What we're going to try and do is that bear squat. So we've done that a few times over the last few weeks. So again, it's that all fours position with your knees just off the floor. Okay, so all fours, but knees are just off the floor. What we're going to do is just spend 30 seconds in that position. So my knees aren't touching the floor. Let me just make sure I've got my timer on. So 30 seconds is going, knees just off the floor, trying to hold that position. We're then going to spend 30 seconds off, but again, try and make sure that your back is flat, that you're not creeping into that kind of rounded position. Equally, you're not creeping into that super arch position, just that middle position. Making yourself as stable as possible. Your 20 seconds gone. And again, just breathing. Keep belly button pulled in away from the floor. You should feel like somebody's notched the belt 1 notch too tight. There you go, 30 seconds, relax. Now we're going to take 30 seconds off, and then we're going to take it to the next stage. The next stage is the same thing, but what we're going to do is lift one hand off the floor. Okay, one hand stays off the floor. What I don't want you to do is twist. I want you to try and stay as level as you can. Now this is a bit of a challenge, but this is the goal. It's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to show 2 variations on this one. One slightly harder, one slightly easier. So get into your basic position. So there we go. And then we're going to try and lift one hand off the floor and stay level. Now if that's easy, I'm going to try and come into downward dog and back again. Downward dog and back again. So I've got to try and stay stable throughout that movement. So you either stay still, where your hands planted, knees are just off the floor, and your shoulders or level. If you want to make it that bit more challenging, press up, downward facing dog, press back down. Again, stay as level as you can. You should really feel your core switch on through this one. Time, okay, 30 seconds gone. Because we've done that side, we've got to obviously balance it out and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so again, one hand comes off the floor. Now, if you're not confident or if you're not stable, just have your hand ready. It doesn't have to be far off the floor, you can just lift it just off the floor. So that's changing over in 5 seconds. So I'll demo that in a second. So again, your 2 variations, off we go. Your 2 variations, one hand off the floor and just hold. Second variation, downward dog and back in again. Now, if you're not confident in having your hand here, just have it just off the floor. Because if you tip, it's there, it's ready and waiting. Just helps keep you balanced. So if you're unstable, you can use that to your advantage. Still another 5 or 6 seconds left to go. And time. Nice and easy, guys, nice and easy. So grab yourselves a drink, you got about a minute, give or take. We're into our last little bit of stability for today. So it's a slightly different one. It's one I've only recently learned of in the last couple of months actually. Sometimes known as pigeon squats. Might be a little bit difficult to show on camera, but I'll give it a go. So you'll need a chair or a step or a sofa or something along those lines. Here's one I made earlier, Blue Peter style. And what you're going to try and do is try and get the side of your leg onto the top of the chair. And we're going to do a little squat using that front leg as much as you can. So what you're aiming to do, side of the leg on the chair, and then I'm going to try and drop my knee to the floor and press back up. Just want you to go for just 10 reps. I'm just pressing. Now obviously this leg is doing a bit of work, the one that's on the floor, but I'm trying to make this leg that's on the chair do most of the work. So I'm working on my hip mobility, but also working on that hip strength to try and push up into that position. Now notice most of my weight is shifted forward. I'm hanging onto the chair for balance, but I'm not pulling myself up on the chair. So all the work, or most of the work, is being done by my right leg. After I've done 5 or 6 reps, I'll do the same thing. Try and get side of the foot. Now, this is the only chair I have available here. If I was doing this myself, not for video, I'd probably do it in the living room with the sofa because it's a bit more padding. Because the kitchen chair, a little bit tough on the ankle joint, a lot of weight going through that point. There we go. But use what you've got. You could use the stairs, you could use a sofa, a bed, whatever it takes. So it's that pushing down into it, you get that glute stretch, push up into it, squeeze through the glutes. So they're doing that work of trying to lift you up into that position. So again, keep alternating sides. Got another 30 or so seconds there. And that's all we're going to work on mobility today. What we are going to do is a little mini circuit. There's only 5 exercises that we're going to work through. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to do that. You get a minute's rest, and then we do the same circuit for a second time. So, really simply, okay, there we go. There's the timer left for that. So grab yourselves a drink if you need it, and I'll quickly go through what we have got, guys. What we have got. So, as always, I'm going to go through the first exercise, then we'll get going when we're resting. So during your 30 seconds rest, I'll demo the next exercise, okay? So first exercise is going to be 2 plank to press, 2 press ups, okay? So 2, 2, 2, 2, and keep working for 30 seconds. So that should look like down onto the elbows, back up onto the hands. That's 1, that's 2, 2 press ups, and then back to 2 plank to press, followed by 2 press ups. You're going to get as many rounds of that in as you can in 30 seconds. So we're going to get going with that in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Off we go. Let's go. So again, just demoing that. 2 plank to press. So 1, 2, 2 press ups, and then go again. So you go again, throw. So you're already halfway through this one. So we're just doing combination moves on this one today. Combinations. So we're putting two moves together. It's looking good. Time, 30 seconds to recover. Now while you guys are recovering, I'll quickly demo the next one. You're going into flutter kicks. So lower back stays tight against the floor, and it's literally from the hips, that little kick. If you want to make it more challenging, reach your arms out behind. 30 seconds of work. Still got 15 seconds to recover though. Now, if you struggle to keep your lower back on the floor, just lift your feet that little bit higher so you can keep it down. Going in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So make sure that move comes from the hips. So you're moving your entire leg, not just paddling your ankles. It's that from the full leg, little flutter, little small kicks. Lower back stays tight against the floor. That challenge, reach back, keeping your shoulders off the floor. This is good. 20 seconds in, 10 seconds left. Looking good. Time, 30 seconds to recover. So your next one is a combination again. You know, you may get used to that. So combination. What we're going for this time, a chest to floor burpee followed by a burpee. So this will be 30 seconds where we go for chest to floor, followed by straight arm. So one chest to floor, followed by one straight arm. Yep. 30 seconds, goes in 3, 2, 1. Let's go, off we go. This is good. So again, 30 seconds, one chest to floor, one straight arm. And keep alternating between the two. 20 seconds in. This is the third exercise, so you've got 2 more after this one. And time, 30 seconds to recover. So your next one, you're going for either alternating forward lunges, so you just step forward, big push back, step forward, big push back, or if you want a bit more of a challenge, you come into a jumping lunge, where you swap feet mid-air. Try and get your knee right down, tap the floor, don't pile drive your knee into the floor. Again, 30 seconds of work, coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, either alternating forward lunges or that jumping lunge where you swap feet mid-air. Okay, either one. Try and stay nice and light on the feet, whichever one you choose to do. Last one is another leg exercise. Always fun. It's quite springy. It's a squat jack. Is what we are looking for. Time, 30 seconds to recover. 30 seconds to recover. Now while you're recovering, okay, this is the last exercise in the circuit. So it's a wide squat jump, feet together and land apart again. Feet together, land apart. That little spring together, land apart. Spring together, land apart. Okay, 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. Let's get that round again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, wide squat jump, together, apart, together, apart. Each time. Good. So, whatever direction your toes are pointing, so I tend to land with my feet quite wide, that's the direction my knees go when I land. My toes point forward, that's the direction my knees should go as well. 10 more seconds. And time. Okay guys, so that's one circuit. We'll go through a full minute to recover, well, a minute and a half actually. So 90 seconds to recover, because you've got your 30 seconds rest plus your full minute. So that's 90 seconds. We're now going to go through that same circuit again, but we're going to up the intensity this time. But this time what we're going to try and do, we're going to try and do 45 seconds on with just 15 seconds of rest. So try and keep that same intensity to it. So if you're resting now, you know, grab a seat, you know, make sure you keep nice deep breaths. Despite what some people might try and tell you, the easiest way for you to get your breath back is either to lie on the floor or to rest with your hands on your knees. That is the easiest, most efficient way to get your breath back. If you're stood up, hands up, you know, that's not bad, but you will get your breath back quicker with hands on the knees. Okay, 30 seconds. Now we start off again, 45 seconds, so 2 plank to press, 2 press ups. I'll demo this at the start of the round this time rather than before it. So we're going to get yourselves going in 15 seconds. 15 seconds, this is good. So again, it's only 5 minutes and then we are done. Okay, it's a really quick one again today. Okay, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So again, to demo, 2 plank to press, 1, 2, followed by 2 press ups, and start again. So 2 plank to press, followed by 2 press ups. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just keep alternating between those 2 exercises. Remember, it's 45 seconds, so it's longer by a third than it was last time. No, sorry. Longer again by half, I think. I think that's the way I should say it. So there we go. We're already past the 30-second mark. Now you won't have long to rest, but you will lie down because you're going into your flutter kicks next. Last couple of seconds and time. So there we go. So make sure you're ready to go for those flutter kicks because you've only got another 10 seconds to rest now at this stage. So again, lie back, lower back tight against the floor, full leg movement. If you struggle to keep lower back on the floor, lift your legs higher. So again, same one. Ready? Off we go. 45 seconds. So that flutter kick, little small kicks. Lower back stays tight against the floor. Full 45 seconds of work. Do not allow yourself to stop through this one. Looks good, guys. Keep going. 25 seconds in, so you're over halfway through. So you are more than halfway through this one. Let's keep working. We've got our double burpee variation, so the chest to floor followed by straight arm. But you still got another 7 or so seconds. We're going to work this one right to the end. Goes 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, guys. Chest to floor burpee followed by straight arm burpee. It's in 10 seconds. So again, I'll demo at the start of the round. Hopefully you should remember from the last one. That goes again in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So chest to floor, followed by straight arm. Chest to floor, followed by straight arm. Full 45 seconds. Obviously have a look, make sure that you're not going to jump up into any leg fittings. Like I did, I think it was week number 1 or week number 2. I jumped up and busted the light in here, which 100 days ago, well more than 100 days ago, meant that it was suddenly very dark. There's 30 seconds gone, 15 seconds left to go. I can get rid of this, because it's just going to get in the way for the last 2. 5 more seconds. Time. Okay guys, so give yourself 15 seconds to rest. We've got our alternating forward lunges or your jumping lunge, whichever one you go for. Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So if you start with the jumping lunges, you can swap down to the other variation, just a little bit easier. Again, just that nice little bit of height. Just try and get into it again each time. 15 seconds in, 30 seconds left to go. With just one final exercise left. Hopefully you guys remember, it's your squat jack. So your wide squat to your feet together and then land apart again. An extra challenge, try and get one hand flat on the floor in every rep. Last couple of seconds on this one. Time. So I'm going to demo this one ahead of time to show you what I mean. So you could do that squat jack. You do feet together, apart, hand flat. Other hand flat. And you just challenge yourself to get deep enough to put your hand flat on the floor. Going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 45 seconds. This is your last 45 seconds. So make sure you're pushing it hard as you can. We've only got one exercise left after this, and it is literally lying on the floor. That's all you've got to do. Well, not quite, but it is an easy exercise. Belly breathing. 25 seconds in, 20 seconds left to go. 20 seconds left to go. I am very jealous, as always, of the guys out playing touch. Hopefully you are enjoying yourselves. Last few seconds. 2, 1, time. Okay guys, so we have finished our circuit. So first of all, well done for finishing that. It was good. So again, just 2 rounds, really short, really snappy. You can push that a little bit further. So if you decide yourself that you want to push a little bit more into it, you can go for a 3rd round where you do those 5 exercises and you do them for 60 seconds a piece, so you get no rest through the 5 minutes. Okay, that's an optional extra for you to try out. So last one, now I'm regretting kicking my mat out of the way, is just going to be belly breathing. So what we're going to try and do is do a really efficient way of breathing. If you can, breathe through your nose. I struggle a little bit because I'm suffering with hay fever at the moment, but so you might hear the noise of me breathing. But what we're going to look at is trying to use your diaphragm. Your diaphragm, big sheet of muscle that actually goes underneath the ribs, and it's a much more efficient way to breathe than you having your chest rise and fall and trying to get that breathing right down sort of into the belly they talk about. Obviously it's still going into the lungs, but it's using that when the diaphragm pulls down, when it flattens, the vital organs have got nowhere to go, so it basically pushes your belly out. So they talk about it being belly breathing. And that's what we're going to look to do. And it's just going to be 20 reps. So make yourself comfortable, lying flat on the floor. You can have your knees bent, you can have knees straight, whichever feels easier. What I would say is try and flatten your lower back to the floor. One hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, and just take 20 breaths. Every time you breathe in, you should feel the hand that's on your belly rise and fall. The hand that's on your chest might move, but it shouldn't move a lot. Most of the movement should come around your belly. Again, 20 breaths. I think I'm about 7 or 8 breaths in. I've always said if you do have a personal trainer who does count to 10, I can count the reps every single time, you might want to question that. So a coach should be there actually coaching you through things, rather than just counting the number of reps that you're doing. So again, I think I'm somewhere around 15. Big deep breath, belly expands. As I breathe out again, belly collapses back in. And that's going to, diaphragm flattens down, basically pushes all the vital organs into the abdomen, into the space where your stomach and intestines usually are, and then basically pushes everything in. So they have to go somewhere, so they push out a little bit, and then as you breathe back out again, that falls again. So again, 20 breaths. Some of you guys probably have finished already. If you haven't though, finish it off. And other than that, guys, it's us done for tonight. Okay, done for tonight. So remember, you have that option to do the 3rd round. So if you did do the 3rd round, make sure you did it, before the belly breathing, hopefully. But if not, you can go back and do it, and then just finish off with that belly breathing again. Because having a nice lie down is something you don't often get to do in these kind of sessions. So well done tonight, guys. Any feedback, as always, get in touch with me, Neil Gallagher Training, on Instagram or on Facebook. Any feedback, get it to your coaches, get it to your team captains. They'll be able to feed that back to me. Some of the feedback I've got from you guys already has been brilliant. Has really, I think it's really helped the sessions. Hopefully you guys have noticed a difference too as we've gone on. So the more feedback I can get, the better these sessions can be for you guys. Other than that, it is, what day are we on? Monday. So I will see you on Wednesday, guys. I will see you on Wednesday. Well done tonight.